Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my budget check-in for the week of 14 to 18 April. Well, it wasn't a full week because last week it was more than an actual week that I went before doing my new budget. So I'm just going to go through all my transactions and basically check where I over or underspent. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. I haven't been actually uploading that much because I have been packing for our move. I will be uploading more regularly once we have moved, but for now I'm going to try my best to at least do 2 videos per week and see how that goes. So I'm going to start off with my sales, which wasn't as expected. So I usually work on a system of red, green and yellow. Yellow is exactly what I was planning on. Green is good and red is bad, obviously. So sales is obviously didn't go as great as I wanted it to be. So that is under budget, and income that's under budget is obviously a bad thing. Then we had a rollover of 215, which I wasn't planning on, so that was great. And then we had other income of 3,000, which was exactly as planned. And we had another bad one where it was selling of items that's pre-made for my business, and also some household items, but that's basically it. Then Netflix was 199 as expected. Electricity, we were under by 150, no, 250, sorry. So then we had a big shortfall this week with the income, but I made up for it somewhat up to here. And then if you, let me just get this to work. Okay, so with the expenses, food, we were under budget by 150 about. Meat was under budget by about 50. Fuel was exactly as planned. Then entertainment, I got a refund from Uber Eats for missing items. Then snacks was exactly as planned. And wood, we didn't spend anything, which is great. And then we paid for tips for delivery of groceries. So this week went a lot better than last week, and we were under budget overall. And I could have even included the tip with the food, but I don't want to do that just because it is actually an expense that's separate. So I'm going to move on to our sinking funds, and here you will see I didn't stuff most of them because my income obviously was a lot less than expected. So sinking funds, it's obviously good to put money away, so all the ones I didn't will be red. So we didn't do anything on these. I am going to say that I did take money out of the sinking funds. I cleared all of them out basically, and I have some cash left over, and then I have spent some of it to pay for the expenses. So we have this left. Okay, I'm just quickly going to see how many or how much that is. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that's 150. Actually, sorry, I'm going to start from the bigger notes, it just makes more sense. So it's 51, 52, so that's 200, 20, 40, 60, 81, 300, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 900 and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So 990. That's what we have in cash now. And I took out 1,050, as you will see here. So I'm going to start restuffing them soon, hopefully, and we just had to get through a few things before we can do that. As a lot of things has happened in our personal life, which has made it a bit difficult to work. Also, I've been sick still, and it probably is COVID. I'm not sure, but I think it is, because we all got sick, and some of us have been a lot worse off than others. Me and our baby is the sickest of everyone at this point. But yeah, I'm just trying to get through this and stop sneezing, because that's apparently my main symptom, is sneezing. So yeah. Then our kids sinking fund, we put less into than expected, and obviously vaping, and this wasn't even putting it into the folder, that's just spending it straight up, so that wasn't good. We didn't pay off any debt, which is bad, and our family loan, we paid the amount that we were planning on. So this week obviously didn't go great, but yeah, I'm working on it. I'm going to start putting money away again as soon as I can, but for now I'm not really in a place to be working, as I can't see clients, and that is a big part of my business. So I'm avoiding people as much as I can, because if we do have COVID, we don't want people to get sick from us. So we've been at home isolated and haven't seen anyone. The sales I did have was still from last week. So yeah, that's basically where we're at the moment. And this 1,050 I'll try and put back. I did make a note of what was in every sinking fund when I took it out, because I do want to put it back. Obviously, if I can't, it's just something, one of those things, I guess. It's better than going into debt again. So that's where we're at with that. And I'm hoping we can stay out of debt. But at this point, it seems to be to a point where we will probably need to go into some debt to move, because our transport has doubled because of the fuel prices increasing, and we are now looking at spending about 20,000. Our car keeps breaking down, so we have to look at spending about 5,000 rand on transporting the car across the country, and then another 4,000, 5,000 on flights, because we are not going to take the risk to end up stranded next to the road with 3 little kids. It's not a comfort thing, it's a necessity at this point. We were looking at it as from a comfort point of view of we can fly and be there in 2 or 3 hours instead of driving for 24 hours with 3 kids, which is already quite hectic. But now adding in where the car keeps breaking down every week and it's got another problem now, we don't see it happening. Also, the car is showing that it's using about 5 kilometers of fuel for every kilometer we drive, so that's not good. I mean, the other day I drove to the shop and back, which is 2 kilometers at most, and the car showed that it was using about 20 kilometers of fuel. So obviously there is a major problem with it, and even driving it, if that was the only problem and nothing else went wrong along the way, that would cost us more in fuel than putting the car on a trailer and flying, honestly. So we aren't going to take that risk. If we need to get a loan to do it, we just have to and deal with that. Once we get to the other side, we can start building things back up. But at the moment, I feel a little bit deflated and over everything, and I just want to get moved and done so we can start building back up what we have, and getting rid of our debt. But honestly, if I do take out a loan, I'll probably have to at this point. But if I do, I'm going to try and pay it off as soon as possible. If we get to the other side, we have less payments to make in terms of house expenditure. Will be a lot less. Instead of 14,000, it will only be around 10, with insurance for the house and everything, utilities included, where it's 14,000 for rent, excluding utilities and electricity, water, everything. So we've just been waiting for the house and trying to get ready, and there's constantly people coming to look at this house, and we're over it. I'm over it. I just wish we could be done with it already. But obviously my finances have been going quite badly this week, and I don't see it improving soon. So I've been working on trying to get my budget quite low and try not to spend money we don't absolutely have to. So at this point, we are buying electricity, the necessities for food, and trying to get as much done with as little as possible so that we don't have to take out a loan that's insane and that will cost us a ton. I was looking into loans in a situation that we have to take one where I would consolidate two of them to cover the new loans payments, basically. So by not increasing the payment we have to make to date, I would consolidate 2 or 3 of them and take out a loan that we don't have to pay more on than we were paying. Most of our loans are quite old, so a lot of it has been paid off even prior to this channel being created. This the personal loan one that we've been paying off, that's now at 15,000, used to be about 60,000, so it is quite low at the moment, at the end of the spectrum. Well, in the whole, what would you call it, amortization schedule part of it. So we are paying a lot more capital than interest almost now, I think. And we just might need to do it, and I know it's not the best thing, and it's kind of been working on me a lot lately, but we probably will have to look into it and probably start applying for a loan. And I'm going to do whatever I can, but if it's the situation we are in, it's the situation we are in. We made bad financial choices in the past, and it's now coming back to bite us in the butt. The savings we have for moving for the house or to the new house and everything isn't going to cover even our move of our things. So I've looked into selling it all off here and replacing it on the other side to save on moving costs, but it will cost us a lot more to replace what we do have, and even just the things that we absolutely need to have will cost us more than what we can sell everything we have for now. So that's not an option either. So this is maybe a bit of a rant, sorry, but I just felt like I need to share with someone, and that's kind of why I have this channel, is to have accountability, but also a place to discuss my financial situation, because I don't discuss this with family at all, or even friends. It's quite personal to me. Our finances, it's something that you kind of tend to hide, and I think most people do. I have never met anyone who openly discusses their financial difficulties or even their financial wins, because it's just not something that's talked about. So I'm gonna go. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for listening. If you stayed all the way till the end, I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.